Thanks for everyone for taking the time out of your day to join us for another Agile Hive Cloud review. We appreciate your time, and my name is Jamel. I'm one of the sales consultants here. Who I have is my coworker slash product owner of the tool, and yeah, we're happy to present for you guys today. So if you are new to our review, we do have quite a few links that you can check out and stay up to date. So you can add us to your calendar, and you will see that we've added the next review, which will be on March 7th of 2024. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. We have a Agile Hive LinkedIn page where we're posting content, showcasing events that we are attending, and more updates of blogs, articles, and such. And then you can also check us out on YouTube, where we do have quite a few videos on some how-tos, new improvements, and also this review. So feel free to add those links that you feel you find valuable. Anyone who would like to meet with the Agile Hive team, we will be at a couple events coming up. So starting next week, some of us will be in New York City at the RTE Summit by Gladwell. So if you will be in New York City, please feel free to reach out to us. We have a little goodie drawing to give away to some folks. And we'll also be hosting a dinner followed with, drinks and food. And we would love to just kind of build a personal relationship with you and kind of talk to you a little bit more about Agile Hive and SAFe. So feel free to stop by our booth. February 22nd, 2024, we'll be in Belgium at the Technovate event. And then following that in April, on the 8th through the 11th, we'll be in Berlin, Germany at the European SAFe Summit. So if you do plan on attending any of those events, please feel free to just kind of give us a shout and let us know that you'll be there. Or if you know someone that will be attending, feel free to let them know that we will be there and we'll be happy to meet with them. Extending your 30-day evaluation period. We have gotten to the point where we understand that 30 days is not enough time to evaluate the tool. What we are doing now is focusing more on providing more support for you as our customers. And following that, we're working on prioritization. So we want to understand your use cases, kind of like flow metrics, for those who are interested. If there's any features that are on our roadmap or anything like that that you would like to talk to us and we can provide any support for you, please let us know. But we would definitely be happy to extend you out and work with you while you kind of go through your proof of concept phase. So you can reach us out to us either personally through email, Cindy, Daniel, myself, Thomas, or you can just reach out to the Agile Hive Cloud help desk, and we'll be happy to help you. Now we're going to jump into the product updates and demo.
Do you want me to take over already?
If you want to, but so we are providing updates on a regular basis. We've provided one new version since the last review. Every Thursday, we're going to try and push out a new update to you guys, but as we are starting seeing a high demand as far as support goes, those updates could be subject to change depending on our capacity, but we will definitely keep you in the loop. If you do have any questions or you do want to take a look what's going on, you can check out our release notes on the Agile Hive changelog right off of our knowledge base documentation.
You wanna? I can do that part if you want. All right. Yeah, thank you, Jamal. So, as you've probably already guessed from the previous slide, there's only been one new release in the whole January, so not much to talk about today in terms of new stuff and new features. But this is all due to the fact that the team is hard at work finishing the first version of reports. And there's good news. We are really close to pushing the release out to you guys. In the meantime, we did one little improvement that a customer requested, and it concerns the WSJF value field. This because obviously it slipped through the testing process, has been of type string in the past, and as of now it got changed to be a number field, which makes total sense for a WSJF value. And the great result of that is that you can now use that custom field of Agile Hive to sort issues in the Jira Issue Navigator. So basically the result list of your JQL search can now be sorted by WSJF, which might be a great help in prioritizing your features. This is already live. What will be live very, very soon is the first version of reports for teams and arts that are working with Agile Hive in the cloud. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek of that right now, so that you will see that we are not only talking about it, but also got stuff done that will be available to you very, very soon.
Excited.
Yeah, we were super excited.
I'm super excited.
You are super excited? Okay, yes. Yeah, I hope the rest of you as well. So let's jump onto our internal demonstration side here, and please don't worry about all of the naming stuff and all of that. This is only for internal demonstration purposes usually. So since we are still in the process of testing and doing quality assurance, we will use that side for today. So what do we see here? We are in a Scrum team project in our Agile Hive hierarchy. So we do have a portfolio, we do have a solution train, an art, and then we have two teams. And this is the report page for one of those team projects. And what we can see here is that there are still some gaps, and you can see those placeholders with the coming soon announcement. But at the same time, there are some widgets already filled with data. And this is what I want to focus on today. So basically the scope will be what you see here today, with one exception. If I scroll down a bit, the risk widget will also be included in the first release for reports on the team level. So this has not been merged yet with our from the development team side, but this will also be included in the first version of our reports. So what we can see here is the PI progress widget already in place. This is telling me the percentage of the time of the PI that has already passed. So giving me an indication of whether I have to speed up or if I'm doing well in the process. Then I have an indication of the story points burned. This is referring to the user story estimation of my team for the whole PI across all of the iterations. Then we do have a business value delivered widget, just as you already might know that from the data center version. This is referring to the objectives and the planned versus actual business value. We do have a load versus cap widget. This tells me to what extent I have planned my available capacity of the team over all of the iterations for that PI. Then we do have a placeholder for the dependencies or the critical dependencies counter that will be added at a later point, and we will get back to that at the end of today's review. And what is available is the velocity widget. This will give me an indication of the velocity of the last 5 iterations from today. And if I am looking at a PI that is already in a completed state, then it will display the velocity for that PI. So those are the progress metrics that we have already in place. In addition to that, you will get the milestone overview, displaying a table of all the milestones planned for the PI that I'm currently displaying. So on the team level, we do have an additional, let's say, a bonus feature that's hiding in here. And the team milestone overview will also display milestones from the art level. So you can see here, it's color-coded for now. We will do a slight change for the final release here. It will have an indicator just like here where it says art, so it's easier to read. But you will have that overview over all of the milestones, as well as the start and the end of your PI. And then let me scroll a bit. Oh yeah, there's a question, or
Cindy?
So Daniel, what I love about the milestones is that as a safe coach, trying to get people to focus on the fact, especially product owners, product managers, about the PI planning is coming, right? And this keeps our RTEs and Scrum Masters from having to be nags. The system is right there reminding them of the countdown. I love that part. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's a good point. And let me just switch over to a planned PI. So in the top right, you can switch between all of the PIs for the given project. So if I go to a PI that is planned for the future, you can also see that the report is already available for that PI, even though there's probably some data missing and there's nothing planned yet. But I can see here that this PI will start in 60 days. So I already got a countdown. This gives me a good indication of when I have to be ready and prepared all my stuff for that upcoming PI. So let's go back to the current PI. That's the milestone overview. Then what's missing for the first iteration of reports is the iteration overview, ironically. We are currently working on that already, and we're making good progress. The same applies for the burn-up chart, which might be one of the most complex things that we have done for Agile Hive in the cloud so far. We are making good progress with that as well. Basically, all of the visualization is already finished, and we are currently working on getting all the data that we require to build the chart in there with a, let's say, medium performance level, so that it's not taking too long. As you can imagine, as we're displaying a whole PI here, which spans more or less a quarter of a year, like 90 days, there's a lot of data that we need to work with here, and we have to make sure that performance isn't slowing down the whole Jira side.
Daniel, it's Mark.
Yeah.
Just a question.
Sure.
Can this data be available at the train level also, as well as the team level?
Yeah, we can take a sneak peek on the art level as well in a minute, and I can tell you a bit about what will be available with the first iteration there, so you have a first idea of that. Yeah, sure. Thanks for asking. So the iteration overview and the burn-up chart will be added over the next few weeks as soon as we finished implementation for that. And we will talk about that at the end of the review as well. Then we do have team PI objectives available right from the start. We will distinguish between committed objectives and uncommitted objectives. Those are basically custom fields that you set for each of the objective issues that you want to assign with this PI. And as well, you want to make sure that a plan and an actual business value is already set for all of those objectives. And Agile Hive will then sum up all of that and do the comparison between plan and actual business value, and as well use that for the business value delivered widget up here. Then risks will also be available. I could switch over to a developer test side, but since we do not have any data that we want to expose to the public, I think that's not a good idea. But you can trust me, it basically looks almost the same as in the data center version, and it uses a table view of all the risks, and it displays the risk status and the custom fields exposure as well as residual exposure. And the last widget that we will not have included in the first version is dependency overview, which is also quite complex due to the fact that we need to analyze all of the Jira issue links for each of the issues planned for the selected PI, which might also be a issue performance-wise. And we need to make sure that we have some good and reliable implementation for that in place. So this might take some more days. What I forgot to mention is the whole header area up here, where you also can select the PI you want to display the report for. It does have general information on the team, like the name. We implemented slight changes to that as well in the process, but it will basically look similar. And then you have like the member overview, and you can just click here, and you're being redirected to the project settings, where you can define all the members. And this is already present in your Agile Hive site, so you are familiar with that, and you can prepare for reports already. So as soon as reports will be released, all of the people that you add to the project will be displayed up here. Since there was the question concerning the art level, we can just go to that layer. And you can see the report, basically looks similar as well. We do have the header area with all of the members here and the PI selection to the right. The progress metrics are more or less the same as on the team level, but they aggregate all of the data from all of the teams that are assigned with that art, or that are in the hierarchy with that art, which are in this case those two teams. And the metrics basically work the same. It's progress, story points burned, business value delivered, load versus cap on an art level. Then dependencies, we're still missing out on that. And the art velocity over the last PI. This probably does not have a good load of demo data configured. So quite disappointing. Milestone overview works basically the same as on the team level, but we do not pull the solution train milestones in this case. So only art milestones will be displayed here. Then we do have art objectives, which are a bit more complex than the ones on the team level. But we are actively working on this metric as well. So this will be available very shortly. Burn-up chart is the same as on the team level. Basically, we are in the process of making sure that we don't run into performance issues with this widget, and we will keep you updated on that. But as I mentioned, we are making good progress here, as the visualization is basically finished, and we are just juggling around with the data. On the art level, as you can see, there are a bit more placeholders at the moment because the widgets basically are more complex, and the biggest issue always is to handle the data that the performance doesn't get too bad, and we want to make sure that we consider this with the first version of reports. So PI overview will be added over time. Most likely, we will also break that down into smaller chunks of work and release it in an iterative manner. So, for example, in the first iteration, we will release the list of issues and then add more metrics over time. Same applies to dependency overview. And risks is an exception here. This will be available right from the start, as risks for art is basically identical to the team level. This is the first glimpse into reports. And as I already mentioned, we are going to release them really, really soon. And our current plan is to have the first version that I just showed you ready within the next 14 days. So just around the corner. We are just finishing the testing and doing some quality assurance there. But it will be available during February. So let's say 2 weeks is our internal timeline as of now. So the short-term roadmap basically looks like this. Yeah, the team is working on reports, the report dashboard for team and the art level. Then coming up, a heavily requested feature by a lot of our customers is the art planning board. It was, I think, called program board in SAFe Hive. Yeah, some people agree. Okay, perfect. So this is, for better. Yeah, thumbs up from our from our SAFe expert lady. Perfect. That's very reassuring. So art planning board is on the roadmap. We will see that on our. We did a visualization for today of the roadmap also, so we can take a look at that in a minute. And then for the migration path, we are still working on finalizing the first version of that, which migrates the hierarchy links, the issue hierarchy links from Agile Hive server and data center to the cloud. And we keep working on the migration path for custom fields, which might take some more time because we need to provide a migration path for each of the custom field types individually. But work is ongoing here. We will also update our public roadmap really, really soon. You can find it at the link displayed on that slide. And we will put all the information that we provided today, we will put that on our public roadmap page as well. Here we do have the step-by-step. Oh, it still says update December, so we need to. So actually, this is the update of February 2024. So we are currently at the last step of the process and preparing the production migration path version 1.0, which includes migrating all of the issue hierarchy links. And here we have it, our visual representation of the, let's say, midterm roadmap. Little note here is that all of this is just estimated completion dates. A lot of gut feeling from the development team, but for rough planning, I think it's good enough. So as you can see, here we are today, mid-February. We are going to release reports for Teams and Arts version 1.0. Right after that, we will keep working on reports for version, let's say, 2.0, to have everything in place by early April, which is also the date of the European SAFe Summit. What a coincidence. Not. So all of the reports will be available by April, at least. And in parallel, we will be working on the art planning board concept, as well as some time between today and April, start with the implementation of the art planning board as well. As Cindy already presented in her expert session, we are in the process of concepts working on the concept for flow metrics as well. So if you have some input here for us, it's greatly appreciated. You can reach out to Cindy. I think her email is in the chat already. And thanks for that in advance. Something a bit further down the road is reports for solution train and portfolio level projects. We can imagine that probably portfolio is even more important for some of you than solution train. We would love to talk to you about this as well, because we need your input here. Which metrics do you use on the portfolio level as of today? What do you want to have there? And how would you prioritize different metrics on the portfolio and on the solution train level against one another, so we can reflect that in our planning. As just mentioned, migration path work is going on, and as I mentioned, it will be going on for quite some time, because after the custom fields, there's more data to migrate, PI data and project hierarchy data and all of that. So migration path work will be an ongoing task. The same applies to usability and performance improvements. So even after releasing the first version of reports, we will be very actively monitoring the performance of reports in your sites with your help. It would be best case, I think, would give us more insights. So if you do run into performance issues with the first version of reports, please reach out to us so we can work on fixing that. If you have any other feedback or input on the roadmap on Agile Hive Cloud as a product, you can always reach out via this link. It will redirect you to our help desk, and you can just select any support request type there to reach out to us. Don't hesitate to do that. I think that's it. Wrapping it up, Jamal, do you want to do the goodbye part?
The goodbye part, the honors. Yeah. Well, we appreciate it again. Thanks for taking the time to join us on this review. Again, you can add us on your calendar, Google Calendar. You can follow us on LinkedIn. We're going to be doing a lot of traveling, posting a lot of content. Again, you can also find us on YouTube. Be on the look for more content coming from Cindy as she gets in the groove of her new role. So we're definitely happy. And we also do have one of the founders who's actually going to be part of our team, Thorsten. He's now on our team, and we would like to welcome him. So we are looking forward to having these guys helping us improve this solution tool, Agile Hive. So thanks again, and we will see you on March 7th. Yes, Cindy?
I just want to clarify, Thorsten is a SAFE fellow, but his organization did originally create Agile Hive. So when you say founder, I think that's what you mean, right? Original creator.
Correct.
Not the founder of SAFE or Cyberg or anything.
Correct.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks all for attending.
Stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you guys in New York.